everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi, hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and don't forget to leave in the comments how things are going for you. So yeah, we are here doing a little walkabout. We're a couple blocks from the house behind the beautiful King Soopers alley. Gorgeous. Just going for a little walkabout, and yeah, at the time of filming this, it is Friday. I am actually behind on filming vlog, or posting a vlog. I have one that I filmed, I think that was on Wednesday, and so I still need to get that up, so I'll probably be putting these in order of how I filmed them. But yeah, so it is Friday. I just finished work about an hour and a half ago. I get off an hour early on Fridays, which is extra nice. But as soon as I got done with work, I was like, ooh, I want to diamond paint for a little bit before we leave. And this weekend I have a plan on taking Apollo for a longer hike, so I'll probably do another vlog. So I was like, well, you're getting a big hike this weekend, so rather than going to the dog park or the open space, I don't feel like driving today, just want to stay by the house. So I was like, let's do a longer walk around the house. So diamond painted for a little bit because I don't have the drive, so I got some extra time. And then I was like, okay, let's go for a walk around the house. Let's just see. There's always this guy up here hanging out and smoking, and Apollo likes to walk by him. So one second. So there's like this retaining wall that Apollo always we just passed it. He likes to walk up on the retaining wall. I'm sure you've seen it while I'm down on the sidewalk. And he's done that ever since he was a tiny little pup. Like the first time we went on a walk, he got up there and walked on it. And that same guy, I think he works maintenance at this apartment complex we're walking by. Come on, come on, come on. I think he works at that apartment complex doing like maintenance or repairs or something, and he's always sitting up there smoking. And so Apollo's walked past him pretty much a few nights a week since I got him. And a few times, it was like a month ago, we were walking by. He's like, I just want to say that he's gone from such a cute little puppy to such a handsome young man. I've seen him walk by here over the past year, and he's so cute because we kind of take the same route every time. And I was like, oh, thank you. So that guy's seen Apollo grow up as well, which is kind of funny. We might cross the street here in a second, so we have a little bit. This is usually the side where all the people are walking their dogs or walking in general. The other side's pretty quiet. So let's cross here in a second. Come here, buddy. You're doing good so far. Yeah, you're doing okay. Come here. Okay, you got to practice your sits. Okay, can you sit? Apollo, sit. Good boy, good boy. You're not facing the road, but okay. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So yeah, he's doing really good with his sits at the crosswalks, but sometimes he doesn't sit, like he's not watching the cars, but as long as he sits, I think that's the most important part. So yeah, it's like, let's do a little evening stroll before it gets too dark. And I was diamond painting for a little bit before we left, and I was thinking, like, what kind of video do I want to do since I'm kind of all caught up with life stuff? And one of the things that I have done previously on my skincare channel and on like my social media for skincare around this time of year. Oh, this lady's crossing too. What the heck? We're getting followed, Apollo. We're getting followed. Come on, forward. Come on. Now he wants to sniff behind us. Come on, forward. Hold on, let me lose this lady. It looks like she's stopping. So yeah, there's like a little ditch, creek kind of thing here with a bridge. Here's a little playground. It's like the closest. There's another one, but this is like a little baby one that we have near the house. So my area where I live is not nearly as picturesque as in Golden, but that will change in February. Well, I'll be able to walk you through town and take you to the Coors plant and take you downtown, and they've got a bunch of really cute parks. Come on, let's go. Bunch of cute parks and stuff, so you'll be able to see all that. But anyway, so one of the things that I used to do with skincare is do like a year, not a year in review, which I might do, but like a favorites, like favorite cleanser, favorite toner, favorite exfoliating product, like all my best of the best throughout the year, and usually put it up right around Thanksgiving time. That way if people want to pick up some favorites that I've had for the year, like it's kind of the best time to do it because usually a lot of stuff is on sale. So I was like, oh, maybe I can do kind of a best and not so best of diamond painting. So I kind of sat there for a little while and thought about some categories that I'd like to highlight. And I was like, you know what this looks like? It looks like a tag question list. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn it into a tag question, a tag video, and I'll put together some questions, I'll answer them, and then I'll tag a few people. And I'm just gonna call it best of, what should we call it? Best of 23 DP tag or something like that. Maybe that's it. Best of 23 DP tag. So yeah, I'll tag a few people, but feel free to join in too and talk about some of your highlights and maybe even lowlights of 2023 while crafting or working on diamond paintings. So I have them saved on my phone here. Are you Mr. Sniffy today? It's okay. You can sniff all you want. Okay, so I've got the tag questions here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess there's 9. And this might go really quick for some people, but you know me. So yeah, the first question I have is, and I called this best / not so best on my notes, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It can be all bests, but I have a couple things at the end. If I tag you in this or you get tagged in this, don't feel obligated to do the second part, the not so best, because I know, some people might only, might want to focus on just the best of, or some people might not be comfortable talking about favorites, because it feels like they're playing favorites. But I think consumer-wise and just reflection-wise, we all probably have some things that we really enjoyed this year. So, and there's some stuff in here that isn't product-focused. So let's jump in. First question, favorite kit of the year. So overall, no matter what, be it an event, whatever, what was my favorite kit to work on for the entire year? And this was a tough one because most of the stuff I work on, if I finished it, it's gonna be something I really enjoy. So I have a lot of quote unquote favorites. I feel like every new finish is my current favorite every time I get done with one. I'm like, I love it. But kind of reflecting back on which one had like the biggest impact on me, which one was I most happy with when it was done, or most proud of the time it took, or how much it was of a learning experience for me, like how much it provided to me as a crafter. And that has to be Head of Medusa by Peter Paul Rubens. It's from the 1600s. It's an old master's kit, and it was my very first cross-stitch conversion. And so I learned a ton from that project. I learned how to do a cross-stitch conversion, first of all, what tools made the most sense for me, how I liked that process, and I just fell in love. It was the kit that made me fall in love with cross-stitch conversions, and I still love them. I'm just kind of on a really time-consuming one, so it hasn't sparked my interest that much recently, but I still love the process of doing the cross-stitch conversion and utilizing Pattern Keeper and like the extra steps, even though they can seem a little cumbersome. I found them to be really relaxing going through the process of a cross-stitch conversion. So that was my favorite overall kit. And that was only buoyed by the quality because I got my drills and my canvas from Jaded Gem Shop, and the pattern was from XS Collectibles, and I found that their rendering style was really good. Of course, I don't have a breadth of experience with cross-stitch patterns, but I was very happy with it. The pattern didn't leave it too muddy, which is something that sometimes you have to pay attention to when doing a conversion. I felt like the amount of colors was right, and the amount of, confetti versus color blocking. It just made for a really detailed canvas. And I went back and looked at some of the comments of my finish from Head of Medusa, and somebody had commented that they were shocked at how curvy the snakes looked, given that it was a square drill. Like, you'd expect the curves of a snake, the serpentine look to kind of be choppy because they're squares, but it doesn't. They really look good, and that just speaks to the rendering and how the colors were blended. So absolutely my favorite kit of the year was Head of Medusa. I would do it again, absolutely. If I had to do it again, I'd probably go for an even bigger size to get even more detail. Of course, I probably wouldn't do that, but if I had to, I would try it again at a larger size. I kind of got the middle of the road size, middle to high size of patterns that they offered on XS Collectibles. But if you are looking for an Old Masters cross-stitch conversion, that's a really good shop to check out. And if I can remember, I'll put links to all of my favorite things in the description box. So go take a look if you're interested in checking out their patterns. And they're all affordable. I think it was like $10. So yeah, so there's that. Next question, my favorite event of the year. I wonder which event I would select. Potentially the one I co-hosted. Yes, Summer with the Masters, my favorite event of the year. There's so many great events and paint-alongs and non-events and stuff that go on throughout the year, but I fell in love with Old Masters in 2022, participating in the event. And then when I got the chance to co-host this year, it was just like icing on the diamond painting content creator cake. Apollo, let's go ahead and flip around. I believe we have some unhoused folks up here that are blocking the sidewalk. Can you sit? Apollo, can you sit? Good boy, thank you. We just have to wait for this gentleman to cross, or this lady. We can actually, let's just go back the way we came. Let's go this way and then we'll cross up here. So yeah, Summer with the Masters was just fantastic to participate in, both as a co-host and just as a regular participant. I think that the engagement was just awesome. Even just coming from like a participating standpoint, I felt like I got the chance to really connect with a lot of new diamond painters to me, and a lot of people that aren't content creators themselves but participate in the event that I've never, chatted with. I got a chance to chat with them. So that was a lot of fun. Putting together that content was a lot of fun. We did a museum tour, all kinds of fun stuff. So it was just a blast. And Katie was so awesome to work with. If I ever get the chance to do it again, I would. It's just the event for me. And it just speaks to, one of my loves of diamond painting, which is bringing these old masters to life with like a new and different medium. So yeah, Summer with the Masters, my favorite event of the year. Go figure. All right, so question 3, my favorite event kit of the year. So aside from my overall favorite, what was my favorite kit from Summer with the Masters? Or I guess any event. Doesn't have to match your favorite event, but what was your favorite kit that you worked on for an event? Mine would be for Summer with the Masters, and that's Lady with a Fan by Diamond Dots and Gustav Klimt. That kit I worked on alongside Moussenet Lab Mousse and Woman in Gold. It was my only finish for the event. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense. But I really liked working on that. It was a round drill canvas with just a ton of super vibrant, summery colors. So it was just perfect for the season, perfect for that event. And it just so happened that that particular canvas, or that particular piece of artwork, went on sale or went on auction right around, I want to say probably the same day I finished my kit is when someone told me like, hey, do you know that this is going up for auction today? And it was like one of the highest selling like artwork pieces. I don't know if it's recent history or all time or of Gustav Klimt, but of course it was in the tens of millions of dollars for this kit. So it just brought a little bit of relevancy to the project I was working on and to the event, and seeing it, seeing the original pop up in my news feeds, and then I go to work and my rendition is hanging on the wall. Is just kind of cool in the morning to go in and be like, I have my own little lady with the fan right here. And I got tons of comments on that, and I enhanced that quite significantly with some DP with sparklers drills, which was just extra fun. So it brought what I love of the craft and of Old Masters, the event, all of it together. And it was a perfect summer kit to work on. So yeah, Lady with the Fan by Gustav Klimt in Diamond Dots. This way. So my favorite overall shop of the year. So this could be big shop, small shop, whatever it is. Like favorite overall shop, no matter what they sell, if it's diamond painting related, which one stood out to you this year? So this might be another easy one for everyone to guess from me, but that would have to be Jaded Gem Shop. That shop really impresses me top to bottom. From the drill quality, the canvas quality, the rendering style, the breadth of artwork that you can find there, and the fact that they're all licensed or public use. Just hundreds of images that you can get done as diamond paintings from Jaded Gem Shop, as well as being able to order supplies for cross-stitch conversions, as well as being able to get something done as a mystery kit. Getting customs, you can also do custom images. Like the amount of customization and service that you get there, and the fact that you can pretty much get anything you want diamond painting related. Pens, it's all there. So I just think it's a kind of a one-stop shop. And even though they cover so many bases, the quality is excellent, as in my experience across the board. Prepackaged, custom, mystery, cross-stitch conversion supplies, like it's all been great, and I've had a chance to dabble with pretty much everything this year from Jaded Gem Shop. The only thing that I don't have explicit experience with is completing a prepackaged round drill, but I have utilized Jade's round drills on another project, which we will get to, and I had a great time with those. So just across the board, you can't really beat the offerings that are there and the amount of customization. The fact that you can get kits in multiple sizes, in different crops, round or square, like nothing seems to be off the table. Like if you can dream it as a diamond painting, Jade can make it happen. So I just think that she's done an incredible job with what she's put together, and being a one-woman show is just, it boggles the mind how she's able to pull it all off, and pull it all off with good customer service along the way. You know, you'd think that somebody that is tackling so much that balls would be dropped, but she somehow manages to be communicative, and if there are delays or issues, for instance, I think it was on Medusa, I ran short on a color, I just messaged her and then bing, bang, boom, I got my missing drills. So that customer service is like the level of a much like larger shop, but she still manages to make it happen. And of course, there's things there because she fills her orders as she goes. She doesn't have stock of all these kits. Sometimes she has stock, but for the most part, you order a kit and she's ordering it from her manufacturer. There's some extra time that it takes, but it's well communicated and it's totally worth it. You know, it's worth the wait. And the fact that she also keeps, to me, she keeps her shop front of my mind a lot. Aside from me, you know, knowing Jade, she's really good about sending emails out, letting people know when there's new releases or coupon codes or new products. She's always making sure that her customers like are in the know. So I don't forget about her. She doesn't let me forget, and that's a really good thing. Let's go this way. We're going uphill, and I'm like, whew. I love these houses up here. I love the 70s vibes in this neighborhood. And it's at the top of this hill, so you get some really good views. Oh, geez, that was a hill. So yeah, Jaded Gem Shop just wowed me. And I've had experience with her stuff previously in 2022, but these questions are kind of like not necessarily what's a new shop to you in the year. It's just like, what's your favorite of the year? So you may hear in upcoming years the same favorites. It's just overall favorites. It could carry over, it could be new, but yeah, Jaded Gem Shop it is the cream of the crop when it comes to quality, selection, customization. Like there's just really nothing else out there like it. So yeah, there's that. Oh yeah, I had also mentioned her artist selection is awesome, and one of the artists that she carries that I haven't seen anywhere else is Henry Clive, and that's a really, really cool artist. Not a modern day artist, but just a really cool artist that I didn't know about until Jade started sending me images. I was like, I love pinup girl style. I love, like, I don't know, there's just a lot to love about Henry Clive stuff. Oh, you're eating something. Come on. Let's not eat so much stuff that's random. So yeah. Okay, favorite artist of the year. So just overall, once again, blanket statement, whether or not I knew about them in previous years. What was my favorite artist this year? And this was a tough one because I have like 3 top favorites overall. So I guess I'll just name my top 3. So Ivy Dollamore, Yume Art, and Hannah over at Iterations Crafts are kind of my 3 top artists to work on. But I ended up selecting Hannah over at Iterations Crafts as my favorite artist of the year. Not only because I really enjoy her artwork, but she also is very open and communicated with not only talking about her artwork, but also talking about her process and embracing it and educating people. And we'll finish that in a subsequent question or an upcoming question. But yeah, she's just been awesome to connect with, and I've gotten the chance to complete, is it 3 now? Oh my gosh, now I can't even remember. Maybe it's just 1. So I've completed 1 image from Hannah, and it's a Golden Hour from Diamond Painting Shop. And I just had so much fun working on that kit, and Diamond Painting Shop quality is really high. But not only that, I also had the opportunity to learn from Hannah herself. She's just so accessible. What that image meant to her and why she decided to put it together. So that was like another big reason that I just couldn't, I had, there was no other choice but to pick her. I honestly don't even know where we are, Apollo. Let's walk this way. Because of just the accessibility and the fact that I was able to build a connection to that piece through an artist is just really cool. Sometimes you see an image and you're like, that's really pretty or that's really neat, but like to hear from the artist directly, like how that image impacted them or what the inspiration was, it's just like adds this other layer of connection to the craft that you're working on that is just really unique. Or maybe not even unique, but just fun. Like if you get a chance to connect with an artist, it's just really cool. So, and I love the fact that she is so flexible with how she distributes her artwork. So not only can you get her artwork on like a myriad of sites, I honestly feel like she is one of the artists that you see on more diamond painting sites than anywhere else. Like she's like the Chuck Pence or the Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Like you can get a variety. You can get her artwork from a variety of different shops. So if you have a preference on quality or style or shipping times, there's an option for you. And you can also individually license all of her images as well, even the ones that are on shops. So if you want to do an individual license, you can just reach out to Hannah and she'll get you sorted. Not only that, but given her artwork style, she has the opportunity to build. I don't know to what extent and what her time constraints are, but at least in my experience, I've been able to commission a piece of artwork from her, and she was able to send me some like mock-ups and like different versions, and it was just really fun to have that connection and be able to customize like and personalize a piece of artwork, even though I don't have the skills to do so, you know? So if I wanted to, you know, ask her, can you do a mountain landscape with a white husky? You know, she might be able to pull something together that I could then license. So being able to curate artwork and commission artwork like that is also very unique and really cool. So she's not the only one that does that. Knox does that as well, and I've had a lot of success there too. So it just, you know, it's just another cool thing. But yeah, Hannah over at Iterations Crafts, thank you so much for everything that you do, not only for the artist community, but the diamond painting community as well. There isn't anyone like you out there, and I hope you know that. So yeah, next question. Favorite moment or moments of the year. So this was more focused on like thinking back to all the different content I've watched, all of the content that I've put together myself. What were some moments either in somebody else's video that I watched or something like that that just either really brought me a lot of joy or happiness or just, you know, anything like that. I've never been up this way, Apollo. Do you want to go this way and see where we are? I'm completely lost in my own neighborhood. This is cool though. I'm getting the views. Hop up. So yeah, I had two answers for this. That's why I said moment or moments that stood out to you as just like a good time. A chance to maybe highlight some funny moments that happened or, you know, things that were just really fun. It looks like there's even a little public garden up here. Let's look and then let's turn around because I think we're going the wrong way. Oh, there is a little garden. I don't think it's public though. Maybe it belongs to this school. Okay, I think I know where we are. I've just never been back here. Yeah, it's a little garden. That's cute. Okay, let's turn around. Let's make our way back to the house. It's like a little rock wall here, painted rock wall. Okay. So favorite moment or moments of the year. For me, I've got two. One's from my own series of videos, and my favorite has been my small shop and artist spotlights that I got a chance to do this year. I was able to connect with Rosa over at Diamond Painting Shop. I was able to connect with Rose from Rose Profit Creations, talking about her shop and artistry. I was able to connect with Hannah over at Iterations Crafts, talking about her artistry. And then I connected with Jade over at Jaded Gem Shop to talk about her small shop during Summer with the Masters. So yeah, those were some of my favorite moments. Just connecting with the artists and small businesses and getting a peek behind the curtain about process. It was just really interesting to me. And I hope it maybe kind of opened the door for people to discover those artists and shops if they hadn't heard of them before. Let's flip around. I don't know where that leads. It looks like it's part of that apartment. So there was a lot of jokes and funny moments there too that made me chuckle, but it also was just very enlightening to connect with people that do the craft, obviously, but then have like a bigger invested interest in the craft as well, because either they create artwork for diamond painting or they, run a shop. So just all those blanket statement in general are some of my favorite moments of doing those videos. And then the next would have to be Mia over at, her channel is now Mia Warming Hansen, just her name. Her lives that she does weekly on Sundays are some of the most fun, most chill, laid back, positive and uplifting times that I have in my week. And I always feel bad or feel like I missed out when I miss one. If I've got life stuff going on or don't have service to watch the live, I always think about like, oh, I missed Mia's live again, or I missed Mia's live this week. She's just so much fun. She's a freaking riot. And I love the fact that she just kind of speaks her mind and just lets loose, but also is incredibly kind and respectful, and she just has good energy, and I just look forward to it. Sometimes I'll even go on and just listen. I'm not like contributing or commenting. It's just good to listen to, And so those are the types of lives that I will go back and watch, like old ones, or even re-listen because I just enjoy them that much. So I'd say those are some of my favorite moments, is just chuckling along with her. She says something or someone says a funny comment, or just connecting with people. Everyone in the chat also seems to be really, really awesome. And I've developed a lot of crafty pals just from those lives, because we don't have the exact same, up. Good boy, look at him. Good boy, let's go. We don't have the exact same like followings, I guess, or people that watch our stuff. So I've been able to connect with a lot of people through there too. And she's really like open. Like sometimes I feel like I don't watch a ton of lives anymore, but like sometimes you have to be careful of like, hey, I'm working on this project as a content creator, because it's like, well, you're going to be doing a whip and chat and an unboxing and a finish. Are you promoting people following you for updates on that, or talking about your own event or talking about your channel? Can be a little bit taboo, so you just have to be a little bit careful there. But for whatever reason, Mia's a lot more like open to that. Not like it's a free-for-all where everyone's promoting their own stuff, but she just seems like, she gives people time to talk about their own stuff sometimes. And as long as you're letting the host of the live kind of run that, then I think it's fine. Like sometimes you'll hear like, oh, mods, put somebody's shop in the link. Like she always gives people space for that, which is very kind, and she doesn't have to do that. And in fact, some people make it kind of like a no-no, or they get rubbed the wrong way if someone does that. But she does it in a way that feels very natural, and it's awesome. I just, not that I do it a ton, but yeah, I don't feel uncomfortable going on her lives and be like, hey Mia, just dropped in to say hi. I'm super excited about Summer with the Masters. And she'll be like, what are the dates for the event again? Like she opens that dialogue up, and it feels very welcoming. So yeah, Mia, favorite content moments of the year. Okay, favorite small shop of the year. What are we looking like on battery? Okay, we're okay. And time, we're okay. Favorite small shops of the year. So this is a little bit more refined. So as opposed to saying favorite overall shop, big or small, no matter what it is, just your favorite, total favorite of the year, I wanted to highlight and pick a couple of my favorite small shops that I've used this year. And once again, not new to me, just general favorites. So these could carry over from year to year. They could change, chop and change, but what were my favorites for this year? So first one was Mary Making and More. So Mary Making Crafts is the YouTube channel. Her shop name is Mary Making and More. And Mary focuses on putty, Mary Mud, and cover minders, Mary minders. And I got a chance to trial some of the first batches last fall, and I have been a diehard customer ever since. It's just the best, and I've said this a number of times, but it is the best putty product that I've ever used, and it's the only putty product I use now. I have some putties from a couple different shops, but They're fine. I'll have to do some reviews of them in the future, but I only have two, I think, two other shops. But I always come back to Mary Mud, and I'd say 99.9% of the time that's what I'm using, unless I get some kind of crazy wild hair. But it's just the putty that works for me as a heavy placer, and it works in both my single placer and my multi placers. It works for squares, it works for rounds, it works for ABs, special drills, you name it, it'll pick it up, and it lasts. Like one little packet of Mary Mud will last me kits and kits. Like there's no way I'll ever get through what I have. I pulled out, what scent did I pull out? Oh, pomegranate cider I used today before we came on this walk for a little bit. And I was like, I don't even remember buying this. I don't know when it came out. I'm sure it was last Christmas time. And there was only one single placer stab out of it. I only used it once and it still smelled great. The scents last. I mean, it's been a year and they're still lasting. And some of them have colors, some of them have glitter, some are glow in the dark, some have printed images on them. Like, it's just a joy to work with, not only visually, but it just works. And so that's, as long as she keeps making it, I will keep buying it. I haven't bought in a while just because I have almost 100 Mary Muds now, and about 30% of them haven't even been used. So I was like, pump your brakes, you have enough to last you the next like 2 centuries. But I do follow her shop. I do see the new scents that come out and I'm like, ooh, there's always something good coming from Mary. So yeah, that's one of my favorite small shops of the year. Next up we have Mooney Maid. So as far as diamond painting trays go, this year I did try a number of different companies in small shops, but the quality and shape of the large Mooney Maid trays is just the perfect fit for me. It's, I guess I have, what in God's name is that? What the, oh, it's tools. It sounds like a sander. I thought it was a drone. I was like, who's flying a drone at this hour? Sorry. So, yeah, I guess in the grand scheme of things, I have larger hands, I guess, maybe. That's all relative, but I guess I have large hands. And so my hand just fits around those trays, the large trays, just perfectly. I love the high sides, the thickness of the walls, and the grooves for the drills seem to be kind of perfectly spaced. And the spout, I love the just classic down the middle spout. I haven't gotten along super well with the spouts that are in the corners, or the ones that aren't a spout, but rather like a little cutout with like a top on it. I just find that I do better with just the plain old right down the center. They seem to just slide out a lot easier. I'm not fussing with my drills when I want to put them back in the storage container as much. And I love the variety of color combinations. Her, I forget what they're called, but they're kind of her specialty trays that have like the gradient colors. She has a specific name for those trays. They might be called specialty trays, but those are my favorite colors. I think, oh my gosh, what is it called? I think it's called Mother Earth is one that I really like. And then there's another couple that I really enjoy. So I've had really good experiences with that, especially in the face of like, I had one shop that I ordered from that I was super excited to try their product, and I placed the order and never heard anything. Didn't get a confirmation that was coming or anything like that. And so after like 3 messages, they finally wrote me back and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to turn the shop off. I'm moving. I've got a bunch of stuff going on, so I don't think I'm going to be reopening the shop anytime soon. I was like, okay, well, can I have my money back then? And they did refund me, no problem. But I was like, that was weird, you know? So I've just had some like iffy experiences. Where do you want to go? You want to go straight? You don't really have a choice. There's no sidewalk over there. There's some folks coming up, so just give me a second. This way. This way. You're getting a long walk today, huh? Yeah. I would take you to the park that we normally go to, but it's just a big circle. And so once you get a good amount of people on there, you're passing by a ton of folks. So we'd have to be pausing a lot. Oh, they're crossing the street onto a non-sidewalk. That's not, okay. Okay. Sorry. There was a reason they crossed the street. Their dog was wigging out at Apollo, pulling really hard at its owners. Maybe that'll be, since we had 9 questions and I thought I had 10, maybe that'll be the 10th question, because I always wonder this every time I say it. Is wigging out an appropriate term? Is it in reference to something that's like not cool to say anymore, you know? Like, is that phrase canceled for some reason? So that'll be the next question. Do you know what wigging out means, and is it appropriate in today's day and age? That'll be the bonus 10th question. Well, I guess at this point we're at, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still in the middle of 7th, but bonus question, 7B, or we can call it 8. Oh wait, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I have 10. Haha, never mind. Don't answer. You can answer it. We'll call it 7B. Okay, there's quite a few people over here. That's okay. Let's go. We were talking about question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Question 7, Mooney made. So yeah, the Mother Earth color, and there's a couple others that I just really love. So yeah, and that's another shop that, you know, Mooney made, had a kiddo this year, and so shipping times and all of that stuff have been a little bit, you know, delayed because it is a small shop, but it's totally worth the wait. Her trays really hold up, her 3D printed trays, so it's not like, oops, this tray's done for, I've got to throw it out. It's not like that. Kind of once you have it, you'll have it forever. So it's not that big of a deal, and you can find them sometimes on D-Stash, on her Facebook group. People will put stuff up, so there's options there too. There's small trays, UV trays, glitter trays, all sorts of fun stuff. And you can get them with lids, with stoppers. So yeah, come on, let's go this way. This way. This way. Come on. They're going the other way. So yeah, Mooney Made is definitely up there. I have, like I said, I have some trays from some other shops that I've tried. A couple I still have on hand, but I pretty much exclusively use Mooney Made. And I don't really look at other trays anymore just because I'm like, these are gonna last forever and I kind of know what I like. So yeah, Mooney Made. One of the best small shops of the year for me. And finally, oh, actually 2 more. So Enablers Outpost. I just kind of thought about like, what's my favorite tray, putty, pen, that kind of thing, like my accessories. And I only use Enablers Outpost pens. I've used a bunch from a bunch of different shops. If you would have asked me last year, I probably would have said Norse Alchemist, I think is what it's called. Those are still really nice, but once I discovered Enablers Outpost and their a thick range of pens, be it the 1C, 2Cs, I love the thick pens, once again, just with my hand size and what's comfortable. I used to get pretty bad hand cramps diamond painting, especially if I was like doing a long diamond painting session. I would get some hand cramps and some pain on my, I guess ring finger. Just how I hold the pen, I would get some pain specific to that finger, or even some numbness, just because I also, once again, heavy placer, I hold my pen pretty firmly when I'm diamond painting, and so having a bigger pen was just a lot more comfortable for me, and those were really the only ones that I found that really worked. So I have a bunch of diamond painting pens from Enablers Outpost. I typically just use the thickest one I have, but I will rotate just depending. Not super frequently because it is kind of a fuss. I have limited diamond painting pen tips, and so it is kind of a fuss to swap the pen tips in and out. So once I have one, I tend to stick with it. Like I've used my current Enablers Outpost pen for like the past like 3 projects. Let's cross the street up here. Got some folks on that side. So yeah, I've been using that one for like months, but it really works. Apollo, can you sit? Can you sit? Good boy, thank you. Thank you. Okay, we can cross. Whoa, guess not, Jesus Christ. Brad, I don't know if that's his name, but he's giving me Brad energy. Holy moly, he had like zero regard. Zero regard. And we started walking before he decided to peel out. That's lame. I hope he enjoys his Hungry Man microwave meal alone in his studio. Anyway, Brad. Sorry. I'm getting protective over my baby. Like, can you not hit my dog, please? So, yeah, love Enablers Outpost pens. They're the only pens I haven't even, once I found those, haven't really looked anywhere else because I don't necessarily need to collect them. I found what I need, and it doesn't seem like the resin and the churning's wearing down or anything like that. I'm gonna have that for a long time, as long as I keep it around. So, and then the final small shop, I don't know if they're small or not. I'm assuming in the grand scheme of things, I can call them a small shop, but I don't know their business size. I don't know their sales numbers. But, oh, seriously, I crossed the street to avoid you. These people. I wonder if, like, some dog owners just gravitate towards, like, maybe they're just going in the path that they need to go to get to where they're going, but I'm like, I keep crossing the street to avoid people, and then they cross the street and follow me. Let me see if I can cross the street again. And they're just standing there. Okay, they're moving. I guess we can stay on this side. Let's just walk slow. So yeah, the last shop that I wanted to highlight is the washi tape shop. So this is exactly what it sounds like. A shop that focuses on stationery and especially washi tape. And they just have this fabulous collection of washi tape. They have featured artists that will do the artwork on their tape throughout the year. They do these various collections of it based on different artwork or times of year, different themes, and I've just found it to have a lot of variety. I've tried some other shops. Okay, sorry, battery died, but we're back. These people keep stopping, so we're gonna go ahead and cross the street just so we have forward momentum. This way, this way. This way, not in the middle of the street. There's some geese over there that he's interested in. You might have heard them. But yeah, there's certain shops that I've like wanted to purchase from and seem like they might have good quality washi tape, but the style just isn't my vibe. Like sometimes I find things to be, this is all my personal opinion and perspective, but they seem a little feminine for my taste. Like, the gold foiled bows and the ribbons and stuff like that. I kind of like my washi tape to, I don't know, I sometimes I like it to match or be in a similar theme. Other times I just like the stylings of it, and I just feel like the washi tape shop has a lot of good variety, and their washi tape is excellent quality. Sometimes you get thinner ones, thicker ones, so you have to be mindful of that with how wide it is compared to the border around your canvas. I've had some that are even wider than the canvas. Come on, come on. But for the most part, they work really well, and the stick is great. Like, I'm not worried about it lifting or catching on my hand or clothes. It just stays nice and flat the whole time, which is also sometimes hard to find. So, yeah, the washi tape shop, it's a premium washi tape, but I've tried to purchase the 60 rolls from Amazon for $5 or those kind of deals, and it always just peels right off the canvas. But the washi tape shop product really sticks firmly, and I almost use that exclusively. I've used the Scotch brand as well. I'd say that's another good one, but For small shop, I'm gonna go with the washi tape shop. So yeah, moving on to question 8, favorite vlogs that I got to do. So aside from my shop spotlights and artists, you know, this question could be favorite, if you're not a content creator, favorite content creator, maybe you could say. You can adjust that if you're not a content creator, come up with something. Favorite, it's kind of similar to favorite moments if you're not a content creator. I guess if you're not a content creator, then I don't know why you'd be doing tag questions. I guess you could just write them into the description what your favorites are. But yeah, if you're not a content creator, pick your favorite, I guess, your favorite diamond painting content creator of the year. But for me, favorite vlogs that I got to do, my cross-country skiing vlogs at the beginning of the year were probably some of my most fun, not only to film, but to edit and put together, because I just am in a very happy place when I'm exercising and doing cross-country. You know, it releases that dopamine. And so I just loved doing it, and talking to everyone while I was doing it was just extra fun. And so, and then editing them and putting the music into them, and I just loved the wintry vibes of it all. I had a blast doing those. So I did 2. I did one that mostly just had photos and like a couple clips, and then I did another one of like, let's teach you how to cross-country ski, and they were both a blast. I had so much fun. I think we're gonna go this way because I have more to talk about. Let's go this way. We're kind of back where we started-ish. So yeah, I loved those videos. They were, whoops, don't want to delete that. They were a bunch of fun. So yeah, love doing those, and I hope you enjoyed them too. My biggest diamond painting letdown. So now we're getting into the last 2 questions, are kind of the not so best of the best. So like I said, feel free to answer these if you so choose. If not, I totally understand. Don't feel obligated to talk about something that you're not comfortable talking about, or don't necessarily want to share in the space. Some people want to keep it 100% like top positive, and this isn't necessarily negative, but you know, it's talking about stuff that I was disappointed by. So yeah, biggest diamond painting letdown of the year. Once again, if you've been following along and listening to my videos throughout the year, you might already know this one, but it's going to be McKeeling, and just my general experience with DIY Moonshop. McKeeling by DJ Paeste was an image that I have had my eye on since I very first started diamond painting. DIY Moonshop and Diamond Art Club, I think, were like the first 2 businesses that I learned about when I started consuming diamond painting content. Those 2, and then Diamond Painting Deutschland, mainly from Katie over at Diamonds and Washi. So those 3 shops were kind of the first that I Googled once I finished my Amazon kit, my very first one. I was like, what else is there, you know? And so I had DIY Moonshop on my radar for over a year, but their customer service and quality reviews that I was reading throughout the months were just kind of hit and miss. So I just never felt confident in ordering from them. But I finally pulled the trigger because I've always really loved that image and artist. So I got that kit, and unfortunately the color charting was just a mess, an absolute mess. And it was probably the biggest disappointment seeing that than I've ever had with any other diamond painting that I've unboxed. And so I spent some good time doing a few videos of how I was able to rechart those DMC colors using Pixel Stitch and leaning on some friends in the diamond painting space to help me select new colors. And I ended up doing about half of the kit in the DIY Moonshop charting colors, like the drills they provided. And then I did about another 15% or so, another couple of columns in the recharted colors just to show the difference. And so I hope that those videos added a lot of value to folks that have struggled with colors that were not quite right and how to potentially fix them. Ended up kind of being a moot point because DIY Moonshop closed this year, but I still think it's helpful information. If you want to go take a look at those videos, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, if you ever run into opening a canvas and you're like, why is this skin tone orange instead of like the actual skin tone that it should be, there's ways to fix that to a certain extent. Probably harder on a round drill because you can see the colors in the background, but a square might be easier to fix. So, and if you ever need some help with that, just message me. So yeah, DIY Moonshop in McKeeling, biggest letdown and disappointment of the year for me. Okay, last question is my biggest lesson learned this year while being in this crafty diamond painting community. What's the biggest lesson that I've learned? There's a lot. Obviously, I think I've grown quite a bit as a content creator and have learned quite a bit. Let me put your light on so people know you're with me. There you go. So yeah, I've learned a lot. I feel like I've grown a lot, but I wrote down engaging with the community and small shops in a healthy way as a content creator. It's probably the biggest lesson that I've learned. You know, getting into this community, you meet a lot of really cool people and you get to chat with a lot of really cool and fun people. And I think as a regular crafter, it's a lot more free form, I think. But and this is just my personal opinion as what I want to provide as a content creator, I really want to provide unbiased opinions about everything. And I really want to feel like I have the freedom or feel like I can talk freely about small shops, whatever, you know, without any worry about repercussions or, you know, rubbing people the wrong way or, you know, that type of thing. So I've kind of learned to, you know, personally, because those are my goals, just kind of take a little bit of a step back from like being in it with all the crafty folks as much, because I felt like I did run the risk of like, you know, oh, be careful about talking with this shop owner because they did this to this person, or, you know, there's a lot of that talk once you start doing unboxings and featuring shops or other content creators. You'll end up getting messages of like, hey, I didn't know if you know this, but this person did this thing which upset my friend, so now I'm also mad at them, and blah, like on and on, around and around we go. And I just learned to kind of stop caring. I just hope that people like me and my content for me and my content without all of the like baggage and all that stuff that might come along with that, and just know that my intentions are positive. And, you know, if I'm going to critique or, you know, say something about a shop or something like that I didn't particularly like, it just comes from a place of wanting to share my honest opinion and not from a place of trying to like drag down a shop or a business or talk out of turn or hurt them to help somebody else out. There's some of that too, like, you know, the only reason you love this shop so much is because you like that person, or the only reason you're complaining about that shop is because that other shop is fighting with them. Like, there's so much of that stuff, like a surprising amount, that's just like pretty much constant. Sit down. Sit. Apollo. Hey, sit. Good boy. Thank you. Let's wait for this car. There's just a decent amount of that, kind of no matter where you look. And so I've just learned to not pay any attention to that and not engage with that kind of stuff, and not worry about like if my critical review or my comparison of this small shop or, you know, whatever, how that's going to like ruffle feathers, because it's just diamond painting at the end of the day. But it's also products that, you know, cost a significant amount of money as compared to some other crafts. So I think people really rely on those honest reviews and feedback without the strings attached. And so I've learned to not let those strings get attached, or not let people try to throw those strings at me, because I don't want my feedback and my experience to be influenced by he said, she said. So I've just learned to take a little bit of a step away, keep things a little bit more business focused, especially with small shops. Like, it's fine having connections and like crafty pals and friendly conversation, but I really do, you know, when it comes to engaging with small shops, I've learned to try to keep it more about like, you know, if we're going to collaborate on something, just focus on the topic at hand, focus on like what you're trying to work on together, and not slip into the like, well, it's, you know, like talking about any other shops or anything like that. And so I feel like some people might interpret that as me being cold or distant, but it's not really that at all. It's more of keeping a professional air to how you engage with small shops and other content creators to a certain extent. There's some folks, you know, you'll have your friends, you're gonna have your friends, but just be mindful not to, I've just learned to be mindful not to let that impact how I approach the content that I create, or which shops I'm gonna purchase from, or, you know, worry that I can't, you know, speak my honest like can't give my honest opinion. We're trapped by people. Let's go this way. So yeah, I've just kind of learned as a content creator, I feel like my approach should be and is different than if I wasn't providing this kind of content or trying to provide like honest reviews and recaps and stuff. I'd probably speak a lot more like candidly with other shops and stuff or content creators, but I don't want to be influenced by anything that isn't like, doesn't add value to those interactions or how I interact with you all as viewers. So that was my biggest lesson learned, is just focus on what I'm doing, focus on creating content that people will enjoy, and focus on honesty, and don't let other things kind of sway that stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of a come one, come all. If you have your own issues or feelings about other shops and content creators, that's fine, that's valid, but I'm not necessarily interested in hearing too much about it. It's just, you know, it is what it is. It's like having friends, two different friends who don't necessarily love each other, but you can get along with both of them. It's like, it's fine. That's very loud. Let's go back. We're done. We're like circling the house, but now we're on one of the main drags, and it's very car heavy over here. So yeah, that was my biggest lesson learned. So yeah, those are the 10.5 tag questions, hashtag best of 23 DP tag. And as far as who I'm tagging, I guess, I don't know. I didn't even think about that. I always just imagine everyone's welcome to do it, so I don't really think about that part. But let's tag Mia, because we talked about Mia's lives and how much fun those are on Sundays. Let's tag Mia. Let's tag Hannah, Sparkling Spectrumite. Let's tag Sophie, the Diamond Help Desk. Let's tag Rachel Ray. Let's tag Katie over at Diamonds and Washi. And I'm trying to think of like who runs a shop that might be a little biased when they pick their favorites. And let's tag, who else have I not heard from? Or I guess I've heard from those people, but I'm trying to think of who I haven't heard from in a little bit. I think that, gosh, feel like I don't want to miss out on anyone, but once again, anyone and everyone who hears this is welcome to participate if you want to do it. Maybe it's an impetus to kick off your own channel, but I think that's a good start. So yeah, and the people that I tag don't feel obligated to do this if you're like, not touching that. But if you do decide to do it, think of a couple people that you want to tag as well. Once again, hashtag best of DP. Wait, should it be best of DP 23 tag or best of 23? I think it's better. Best of 23 DP tag. Best of 23 DP tag. And that's what we'll use for this one. And hope it's a nice little wrap up to the year, and maybe some of the things that I called out as my favorites, maybe it'll inspire you to check out those shops for the first time, especially since we're coming up on potentially some good deals to be had as we hit the Black Friday time of the year. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Say bye. Bye.